Hi everyone, it's Natalie here. And I have another little project to show you. So I'd mentioned wanting to try a couple of the little wraps and the like wrap style kind of tarot bag holder thingies that I saw Rochelle doing over at Amethyst Ascension. She really inspired me. So, long story short, I went upstairs where I keep all of my various fabric projects and like pieces of cloth that I've been playing with or experimenting with for a long time, um, and came up with a piece of cloth that I thought, wow, that's a really pretty one that should be a tarot bag or something. So here it is. Let me just check my angle here so we can see. Yep, we can see it. So as you can see, like it's a piece that I did a lot of embroidery with. And this, for a while, it's black linen, and it literally was one of those pieces where of linen where or what am I saying? I'm so tired. I've got a really challenging client at the moment and client family situation, and I've been substitute teaching all day in addition to that while trying to make notes and do all this stuff. And then tonight I'll be on my I'll be on the network that I read for as a reader, doing readings because life is that way right now. Anyway, time for wakey wakey. But I was using this piece of cloth to do, basically use up little pieces of embroidery floss that I was done with. And I was having fun making like a little mandala with it. And I mean, this is a long time ago, probably 2 years ago or something, and I just had it. So it's not like I just sat down, just to be clear, and went, oh, I think I'll just whip out a tarot bag real quick. No, this is, I've had this for a while. And then this is some ribbon that I found, I think from a Christmas sale somewhere, like end of season Christmas sale, and I thought, wow, that's really nice, like velvet ribbon. Why would you waste that on Christmas presents? I can use that for all kinds of things. So, and I've got this nice kind of purpley blue batik fabric because I'm nuts about batik, and a nice little blue calcite, and this is my trimmed version of Tarot of the Spirit. And as usual, Tom is in the background going, are you in a video? So yes, I am in a video right now. It is not the first time you've ever said that. Everybody knows it. Ha ha, they do know it because they even wave hi to you sometimes. So if you've never worked with Tarot of the Spirit, look at this beautiful deck. It's like an unintended walkthrough. Look at Temperance. It's so beautiful. And it's so funny because I realized as I was setting up the shot, how can I get her? There she is. I frequently am using the book, just because it's so thick, as like one of the books that I stack the camera on. So I thought that was hilarious. I mean, it's this one and Holistic Tarot, and I think my Astrological Ephemeris. Those are three ones that are always like nearby because I use them and refer to them a lot. And they're also really thick, so they end up bearing a lot of the brunt of the labor at any rate. Yeah, this is such a gorgeous deck. I mean, look at that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still learning with this one because this one has been sort of a year-long dipping in and out of it process. And yet, I find I'm always called back to this deck. I love to hold it and absorb the images, and any readings that I've done, like at this point, I really have only ever read for myself with it. I do really need the book at this point, and I go ahead and refer to it because I really want to absorb and learn much more about Kabbalah and all of the references and stuff. Look at the, oh, I wonder if the colors come across. They kind of do. You can see how the colors are being picked up in the cloth and vice versa. And probably everybody will get grouchy if I don't flip the cloth around. So look at how I cheated everybody. Look at this. I still haven't stitched this into place yet because I'm not sure about the placement of it. But yeah, this is kind of a little labor of love, labor of fun. I mean, really stitching like this is how I play. I just like to play with stitching. It's not something I take super seriously, except that I take it seriously in the fact that I do it a lot. Because it's so much fun to stitch. So yeah, and then I stitched them together on the sewing machine the way that you do, and then as soon as it was done, I left a little gap. This was a weird shaped piece of cloth. It was round here already, like this. I don't know if you can see that, but it was already kind of oblong and weird because it was the remnant. I made myself a blouse, and this piece of cloth was a remnant of my blouse from making it. So, yeah. So once it was stitched together back to front, I just did the top stitching, as you can see here. I don't know how well this is coming across. Let me get up and look. But basically, nah, not so much. It's kind of that time of day. And the camera quality I can see is not brilliant, but yeah. This color is basically a lighter version of some of the blues that are already in this batik. So anyway, and there it's blousey enough on top of the deck. I did measure it with the deck, you know, and tested it out, and you know, did all that stuff. And it does seem to work well, but you can see here, I think, yeah, how it's kind of uneven, and I kind of really just love those sorts of unevennesses, because I don't know, I'm just kind of that way. I think people's imperfections, you know, make them more beautiful as well. They do. They just make us who we are, and they make us unique. Like a fingerprint that can't be repeated. And anyway, if I wanted things to be perfect, honestly, for me, I mean, this is just me, and we all have different tastes, right? But if I wanted something to be perfect, I would go and buy it at Target, or whatever, because of that. So I'll probably make some little adjustments to where I'm putting this, so that it's at a level that I like better. It feels to me like it's a little better there. There we go. So I'll probably actually stitch the ribbon in place later. But yeah, so there's that one. I wonder, I've never turned the light on in here to work. Is that too much light? How is it? Oh, that might actually be better. Yeah, maybe a little better. Oh well, all of it's an experiment, folks. I'm not a super formal kind of person. Not even situations where you're probably supposed to be a little formal. Nah, it's a little not that formal. So here's another one that's plain, as you can see, but what I have, it's the top stitching is really subtle because I used a much thinner red and burgundy. But you can guess from the color, and this is more black linen. I have a lot of this for bookmaking because I use a lot of black linen scraps and things for bookmaking. You can get those so cheaply as remnants at places like Joann Fabrics, right? So let's see, this is almost a perfect square, so I don't really remember. I think it was it's this way. So ultimately, this is the wrong one, but it'll work for the purposes that we have here. Because this is my second edition Marielle. It's not the first, but this cloth is ultimately going to be for my first edition. My trimmed first. So it should, it's a little far over, maybe about there, yeah. Should eventually fit, yeah, about like this. Ta-da! And then it'll have a little ribbon or something that wraps around it. But you'll see that this one is not really very, it's very plain at this point, and that is because I'm still playing with it. Surprise, surprise. It's because I'm just kind of like, hey, check out this pretty colored piece of fabric. Maybe I want to put, this is some of that purple from the other tarot bag. I was just thinking of like, okay, maybe I could pick up some of the gorgeous colors that are already in the deck. Obviously I'm playing with some of these reds, right? There's a lot of those. And some of this orangey gold would be fun to play with. There's more of that red. Oh, how did she get flipped? Yeah, there we have our like red and black that we've come to know so well. There's where I'm playing in here with some of the turquoise, and I was also thinking of the Hermit in this one. That color is so beautiful. I love the moon in this deck. Here we go. There's our Devil. So I was like, oh yeah, I can pick up some of the Devil, and some, the Lovers has that red. There's some that turquoise and red and white. The colors are just so vibrant in this deck. So much blue and red. And gold. There's our Hermit. That Three of Wands has that red. Oh, it must be. Oh, right. She repainted the Judgment card. This is my second edition. I was thinking of how bright red the Judgment card is in this deck, and I forgot. Yeah, of course. If this is the second edition, it's not the right one. But yeah, it's the Three of Wands, and the Lovers gives us enough of that palette to get a flavor. But, yeah, I wanted to kind of pull or draw together, all of these lovely shades in some form or other on, with thread and stitch on top of this cloth. So that's what I'll be playing with. And for me, that is just fun. Some people do crossword puzzles, some people draw. This is just how I play. So, yeah. So there we go. So that'll be happening, and when it's done, I'll probably work on that a lot while I'm away. I'm going away to visit my goddaughters. My best friend from seminary and I were, when we were in seminary together in Chicago, we left at the same time for the same reason, and although she swore she was never going to have children, not long after we left, she ended up having a baby. And then after having her first one, she said, oh, I really love having this baby so much, maybe I'll have a second one. So I'm looking forward to seeing them and playing, teaching the kids how to work with tarot, and it'll be fun. All right, everybody. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.